Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft episode. A few things have changed since last time. First of all, I got a headset back, so hopefully the audio quality will be better. Second of all, I got a new mouse, so everything will be quieter as well. So I'm very excited about this. It's gonna change up the game. Anyway, wanted to show you what has changed since last time. You might notice some things are different around here. First of all, I have a horse, but I really want to show the skeleton farm I made, and I will be doing a tutorial for that in this episode on a creative world. But over here, I dug down to where the skeleton spawner was that I found in the cave system, and I transformed it. You can see it in there. Transformed it into an EXP farm, and gets items as well as a enchanting station. It's a good setup. Anyway, onto the tutorial. Here we are. I've loaded into a new world, and here we find a skeleton spawner. Now, some important facts about spawners. They will only activate once the player is inside a 16 block radius of this central block, and they will only spawn mobs within a 9x9x3 area surrounding the skeleton spawner. So the first thing you want to do if you're making a skeleton spawner is you want to dig out that area around the skeleton spawner, so that way it will always have a chance to spawn mobs, because if it checks a spot to spawn a mob and it's not possible, it will just not spawn that mob. So in order to optimize the farm, you need to have as many spawning spots as possible. So let me do that for you really quickly. Okay, now that this area has been cleared out around the spawner, you're going to want to dig down 1 or 2 more blocks all around. That way you can make space for water channels to carry the skeletons to where you want them to go. This will end up funneling into usually a 1x1 water stream, with a soul sand block in order to lift them up and drop them down to get fall damage. So I'm going to clear out this area really quickly so that you can see what that looks like. Okay, now that the floor has been dropped another 2 blocks, water in Minecraft can only travel 8. And as this is a 9x9 room, you can choose whichever side you want to funnel them to, the skeletons, and then make a 2 block deep water stream going all the way down the side. So the water will start over here and continue down this way, and then about halfway, since this is again a 9x9, you can stop it and create a little divot going downwards. This will be important because the skeletons can't escape back onto this water area up here, but they'll be able to be carried down to where they'll be pushed into a water stream. So you probably want to grab some water and some signs, because those will be used to stop the water stream. And just using 2 buckets, you can create infinite water sources going all the way down like this, and then add in a water bucket here. That will carry the skeletons all the way down to where you want to pipe them up. And then just going to block this area out. That way there's some room for them to collect. And then I'm going to create a piston trap for the skeletons that will push them forward into the soul sand water stream that we'll build afterwards. So all the water is in place. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put a piston, and get some torches in here, a piston with a pressure plate right here. Then underneath the pressure plate, we're going to want to end up inverting a signal. So we can put a redstone dust here, pointing into a block that has a redstone torch on the back of it, running that into a block, and then putting this torch right here. This way, let me clear this area right here. When a skeleton falls onto this pressure plate, you saw right there, they get pushed forward And then right here will be a soul sand block with a water stream that I will build next. So if you're a skeleton, you'll fall into this water and be pushed all the way down into this water stream. You'll fall down to the end, get pushed into this area, and then we will be building another column right here. Now this next part is really dependent on what you want to do with the farm and where you want to bring them, because a spawner can only spawn 6 mobs in a 9x9 area. So you want to move the skeletons outside of the 9x9 to the killing chamber. Let's say we want the killing chamber to be right here. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go into F3 and take down the Y coordinate that you can see right here. And you're going to add 23 to that. A 23 block drop for mobs like skeletons and zombies will bring them down to a 1-punch kill. So I'm going to want to build a water tower all the way up to Y44. So hop into this area and dig all the way up to Y44, which is right here. Then I'm probably going to want to drop them down like this, all the way back down to Y21, right here. So this will be the killing chamber area, right in this block here. I'll mark it with the soul sand, and this will be the water elevator all the way up. So in order to get that water elevator all the way up, you need to fill the entire column with water blocks. That can be done very easily with the help of kelp. Let me get some glass to make this more apparent. So that way we can see it better. So what I'm going to do, grab some kelp. I have the water. I'm going to go all the way back up to the top of this water stream up here. I'm first going to block the stream like this and put a block there, so that way the water spreads horizontally. And then I'm going to break this block, so that way the water starts pouring down towards the soul sand, like this, as we can see down here. And I'll block this up too. Then what you want to do is you want to get your kelp and put it in this water stream, because the kelp will turn the flowing water blocks into source blocks. That comes all the way up here. Then you go back down to the bottom, where you break that bottom block, and suddenly this will turn into a bubble column. You can see those bubbles activating, meaning that it's working. So skeletons come down here, get pushed in right there, flow all the way up into here, and then drop down to this block where you can create a killing chamber. And I will show you how to do that next. A very key thing you can employ is that slabs do not count as a full block drop, so you can drop the skeletons right onto here and then run hoppers underneath it for a collection system. Another important thing, you're going to want to create this little pillar on top of the spawner, so that way no skeletons spawn on top of it and block up that mob count that I was talking about, the 6 mobs. Also want to block in this area, make sure that there's no holes. And now this is actually all set. If you wanted to, you could block this in right here, and just like that, skeletons would spawn, fall right here, and then you could 1-punch kill them. However, I have a system for mob sorting, or not mob sorting, but item sorting, that will make it easy for you to automatically sort it. So let's see this skeleton right here. He'll fall down, get pushed into this water stream, flow in, skeleton sink, go up our bubble elevator, and then fall right here. One punch kill. Super easy. Okay, as you can see, while I've been preparing this next section, a bunch of skeletons have been building up. If you want to prevent mob cramming and the skeletons dying before you can kill them, it is easy to just expand this area horizontally or this way, just to allow more skeletons to fit in. But the next part of creating the skeleton mob farm is making an item sorter, or at least an item filtration system. So, oh yeah, you just saw a skeleton die there. The way you can do that is grab a dropper, and let me kill these guys. One's too good for its own good. Isn't that satisfying? Anyway, you can put a dropper right here like this, and then connect it up to where the skeletons are going to be killed. So you can do that just by running it underneath, underneath that half slab. Fill this back in so that way the skeletons can't escape. But you run it just like that underneath, right up to any hopper like this. Then what you're going to want to do is get a comparator, some redstone dust, a lever, and a repeater, and you're going to run redstone just like this up next to the dispenser, and then right next to this comparator, you're going to put a lever. That way, every time items flow into this, yeah, you don't need the lever. Every time items flow into this dispenser, they'll get picked up and then immediately sensed and tossed right out. Then, the same process as before, you can use soul sand and kelp or just water buckets to create a water stream going up to where you want to run it over some hoppers, make a collection system. Let's say right here we'll have a bunch of chests underneath with some sorting systems, and you can, like we did before, make this little canal, put in the water, drop the water, and then using kelp or just water buckets, fill in these blocks with water sources all the way up to the top. And now, anytime items come in, they'll go right out into this water stream and get picked up by these hoppers. Now you could implement any sort of sorting system you wanted. You could run them into lava if you don't want the armor, or you don't want the, oh gosh, this should be covered up. If you don't want the bows, because those will end up just creating a lot of space. Finally, make sure that there are no lights in here, making it easy for skeletons to get funneled up, and then you can kill them any way you want. It's great with looting 3. If you want to keep the items in, then it is very easy to get a slab like this, and then block up the space like this to make it so the items stay in there when you kill the skeletons. But after the hopper picks it all up, you can still get the XP. So this farm is, the collection chamber at least, is very easily scalable if you want to accommodate more skeletons, or if you want to add more hoppers. A very important thing is this will be clicking all the time, so if you want to put that away from where you stand, it would need more hoppers, but honestly I feel like it's not super annoying just because the skeletons are rattling anyway. That is my skeleton farm. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like and comment if you use this farm or if you just appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. This is the exact one I implemented in the Let's Play world, So I'm glad it's working there. You can put enchantment, all that good stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good day. Where are they? There we go. Bye.